world is designed to be naturally efficient. Efficient like the all-new Passat with Blue Motion technologies. An engine that stops and starts automatically. A battery that recharges when you brake. And optimized gear shifts, saving fuel and reducing emissions. The all-new Passat with Blue Motion technologies.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
Blue Motion technology is Volkswagen's commitment to developing environmentally sensitive and a fuel-efficient range of cars. These cutting-edge technologies drastically reduce the carbon dioxide footprint of the car and enhance fuel efficiency, that too, without taking away the charm of driving. But Blue Motion is not one technology. It offers a range of solutions for a cleaner and more viable today and tomorrow. These technologies include 1. Start-stop system, 2. Recuperation, 3. Gear shift indication, 4. Optimized gear ratio. But I'll let P2 give you a demo and explain the Blue Motion technology in detail. This is P2, and I'd like to tell you about the start-stop system. Courtesy the Blue Motion start-stop technology, the new Passat now boasts of a low carbon footprint and enhanced fuel efficiency. It's handy at signal lights and other small stops. This start-stop system can be understood in 4 steps. Step 1. In case of automatic transmission, all the driver needs to do is to put the foot on the brake. In case of a manual transmission, the driver has to select neutral and remove his foot from the clutch. Step 2. The engine shuts off and a display comes up in a multifunctional display. Step 3. At the end of a stop, to reactivate your journey, it's very simple. In automatic, the driver simply needs to remove his foot from the brake. In case of manual transmission, all the driver needs to do is to press the clutch. Step 4. The engine will automatically resume and the cluster display will switch off. This prevents unnecessary idling of the engine and hence reduces fuel consumption and CO2 emission. The engine is started efficiently, rapidly, and quietly by means of a powerful AGM battery and a specially designed starter. And now, let's head back to the studios. Recuperation. Or should I simply say regain? Well, recuperation is the next dimension of Blue Motion technology. It ensures optimum utilization of energy produced by the engine. It means recuperating or recharging the car battery with excess engine power. See, when the driver lifts the foot off the accelerator or applies the brakes, there is some amount of excess energy which may get wasted. With the help of Blue Motion technology, this excess energy is diverted for charging the vehicle battery. Let me explain how. When the driver lifts the foot off the accelerator or applies the brakes, the alternator voltage is automatically increased to rapidly recharge the vehicle battery with this excess energy. Subsequently, during acceleration or prolonged constant speeds, once the battery is charged, the alternator charger automatically switches off. This results in reduced fuel consumption and enhanced engine life. Now I'd like to show you the gear shift indication. The multifunctional display in the new Passat has an exciting new feature. It's called the gear shift indication. It displays the ideal gear option as per the driving situation. Following the indication amounts to reduced fuel consumption. Basically, it's a simple method for selecting the most efficient gear, and since it's in the multifunctional display, it's in the direct field of view of the driver. Now let's take a look at the optimized gear ratio. In Blue Motion's optimized gear ratio technology, the transmission is optimized for longer ratio. It stimulates early upshift during acceleration and conserves the energy during deceleration to delay the downshift of gears. This energy conservation through optimized gear ratio increases the fuel efficiency of the new Passat. So this was a glimpse into Volkswagen Passat's Blue Motion technology. As we talk of innovations, Blue Motion technologies are just one of the many innovations which the new Passat boasts of. The new Passat is also equipped with park assist, attention assist with fatigue detection, rear view camera, climate seats, tire pressure monitoring system, acoustic laminated windscreen, color multifunction display. Your new Passat is the first amongst the B-segment cars to sport these technologies in India. Let me take you through these class-redefining technologies. Here's a new feature you will love, Park Assist. This is truly a very exciting innovation and a boon for those who jitter at the idea of parking their vehicle in limited spaces. Park Assist is a sensor-assisted automatic parking feature. It offers two parking options. You can use it in parallel as well as perpendicular parking. Park Assist will help you park your car in tight spaces with clearance of just 40 centimeters on either side. But I'll let P2 show you how it works. Once you are nearing your destination where you need to find a parking amongst other parked cars, all you need to do is press this Park Assist button while you're in the drive mode. But before you press the button, just look out and see the style in which other cars are parked. Are they parked parallel to the road or perpendicular? If you need to find a parking amongst other parallel cars, then press the Park Assist button once. And if the parking is perpendicular, then press it twice. What this button does is that it activates the sensors located outside the car, and the Park Assist technology starts scanning the road for an available space in parking. The scanning is displayed in the multifunctional display. Once an appropriate space is located, the system will indicate it. To accept that option is the driver's choice. Once the sensor finds an adequate parking space, a letter R will be inscribed on the car graphic in the display. This is a prompt that means the car needs to be put in reverse gear. Once the reverse gear is put, the display will show the sign Steering Intervention Safe to Move. The system display will start showing the space behind the car. The sensors will show the distance between the car and the external object, but since the reverse gear is active, the car will continue to go back. So what the driver needs to do once the car has moved in sufficiently is to apply the brakes. While negotiating the Park Assist, one will notice colored rear camera view lines in the display. They are amber, green, and red. The amber lines display the steering movement. The green depicts the parking slot as identified by the sensor. The red depicts the closeness of the car from the external objects. So when the red lines get too close to other objects, one must change course to prevent a collision. Attention Assist is a new comfort and safety function which will be found only in the Passat in the B segment of cars. The system monitors the movements the driver makes on the steering wheel and detects when these movements or lack of movement indicate that the driver is tired. When fatigue is detected, a brake recommendation is displayed for 5 seconds and a gong is played. If the driver does not take a break within the following 15 minutes, the recommendation and gong are repeated once. After repeating once, no more recommendations are given. The recommendation can be acknowledged with OK. The fatigue detection system can be activated and deactivated through the driver assistance menu. The conditions of working of this function is above the speed of 65 kilometers per hour.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
Do you want to see another wow feature? How about a rear view camera? The majestic Volkswagen logo mounted in the rear of the car is not just a design element. Besides being a boot lid opener, it is also equipped with a rear view camera, a handy convenience feature with safety advantages as well. Now I'd like to tell you about the climate seats. In most parts of India, the weather is hot for the major part of the year. The front seats in the new Passat are loaded with a new innovation that is just apt to beat the heat. Wondering how? Well, if you live in a hot or a tropical climate, then I'm sure you would recall instances when while driving, even though the AC was on, your backs were sweating. The climate seats are just the right innovation to keep your back cool in summers and warm during winters. The new Passat is also equipped with a tire pressure monitor display. There is a switch right next to the DSG, which is the tire pressure switch. All you need to do is, once the tire pressure has been ideally acquired, all you need to do is press this button and hold it down for 3 seconds, like this. Did you hear that? This beep means that the ideal tire pressure has been set. The moment there is a deviation from this preset tire pressure, an amber light will be displayed in the multifunctional display. In case of a sudden loss of pressure, there will be another beep sound to warn the driver. The next innovation in the new Passat is the acoustic laminated windscreen. The front windshield, along with the front window glasses, are laminated with acoustic foil. This feature helps in external noise reduction by up to 2 to 4 decibels. This feature not only helps in enhancing the music experience inside the car, it also reduces the travel fatigue. Now I'd like to show you something brand new, the color multifunction display. The multifunction display has virtually become a hygiene feature in cars, but the new Passat's multifunction display is visually more appetizing. Unlike most other displays, the new Passat's multifunction display is in color and it can be operated from the steering control itself. Now, let me take you through the multifunction display features. Right up, you will see the digital display of speed in kilometer per hour, clock, temperature, total kilometers, and the trip meter. The next display shows the speed warning option. In the new Passat, you have an option to set the max speed warning. The moment the max speed is crossed, the multifunction display will issue a warning through a beep. Just feed a desired speed from the steering switch and press OK. The max speed is set. The next display gives the travel time from point A to point B. Then, we get fuel consumption in liters per hour. Next, we get the fuel consumption in liters per 100 kilometers. In the next display, we can know the number of kilometers the car would do on the remaining fuel. The function of configuring your phone through Bluetooth is also done through the multifunction display. Go to the phone menu and press connect. The Bluetooth will begin to search for other Bluetooth devices. Just ensure that the Bluetooth in your phone is switched on. Once the pairing is complete, you can use the multifunction display or the music system display to operate your phone to receive and make phone calls. Just press the phone switch on the system and you get the phone display. You can also access your phone book and dial directly from your phone book. Hope you enjoyed your innovation tour.